Thank you, everyone, for coming to Product Hire Job Club. Tonight, we have Dr. Nancy Lee, who is going to be speaking about how to get promoted to become a director of product. This is actually, I'm really looking forward to this talk. Just wow, the things we're going to learn tonight, I think no matter where you are in your career, is going to be invaluable. Just doing some work ahead, just to kind of tell you what's going to happen, the agenda. We did networking, and now we're just going to have a few introductions and sponsors and housekeeping. And probably 5:55, 6 p.m. we'll be starting the talk. So want to do a big shout out to our sponsors, General Assembly and Product Hired. We just really appreciate both of them. And here's Brianna to talk about General Assembly.
Hey y'all, my name is Brianna and I manage events and workshops for General Assembly. For those of you who don't know us, we are a global tech education company focused in the most in-demand skills, primarily within business, data, design, and technology. And our mission is to empower individuals to do what they love. And we do that in a few different ways. We offer full-time, immersive courses for those looking to make career changes, part-time courses for those looking to level up, and short form workshops and free community events like this one, typically in person, but we are 100% online for right now. We have almost 40 campuses around the globe, but we also run programming online on a daily basis. So lots of ways to get involved, whether it's through joining an event or a workshop or sharing your knowledge. It seems like during the networking sessions, we have a lot of really senior people on today's call. So we love having the community also share their experiences and knowledge with our community through speaking opportunities and things like that. So lots of ways to get involved there. We have two actually really cool programs that we're rolling out. We have our UX design immersive program and our data science immersive programs that are launching both in part-time capacities. So it's UXDI and DSI remote flex. So those were typically only offered in a 12-week intensive program, and now we are offering it over 6 months. So if anyone's interested or has team members that are interested, that's some really exciting news that we are rolling out. Upcoming, lots of free events and some paid workshops that we have coming up that I wanted to flag for y'all. Later this month, or actually, sorry, next week, we have Marketing Week, which is a full week dedicated to building brands and reaching your audiences in a more impactful way. It's going to be panel discussions, workshops, so definitely check that out. We also have later this month with Product Hire Job Club, Think Like a PM, where Dan Corbin will be leading that session. And later in July, we'll be having a Finding Your Culture Fit talk by Jeremy. So hope to see y'all there. And we run short form workshops and 1-day, 2-day boot camps on a very regular basis. But a few coming up, I put here if anyone's interested, and included a discount code. So thank y'all so much for having us part of this evening, and I'll be around if anyone has any questions. Feel free to direct message me.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Brianna. And again, I could say really great things about General Assembly. The courses are great. And even someone who is more advanced, I mean, these courses are great to refresh yourselves or to dig into a subject you've not dug into. So I definitely recommend them. Okay, so and our other sponsor is Product Hired. And I get to keep talking because I'm actually also a co-founder of Product Hired. So Product Hired, if you haven't heard from it, I hope you have, is a product career site. So that's for product roles, product management, product ownership, product design, product marketing, data science, analysis, so on and so forth, project management. You get the idea. So we have over 40,000 jobs right now there. They're posted hourly. I don't know how many are there because some have been posted just while I'm speaking. Check them out. And if you have jobs, and a lot of you do, please post them on here because you're going to get a lot better hits than just loading them out there on mega sites. Also, we really believe in coaching and mentorship. This is the year of that. In fact, every year should be the year of that, but we're really focusing on this at Product Hired. And so we have 50 plus coaches on Product Hired. Of course, I'm one of them. And Dr. Nancy Lee is also one of our coaches, and we have many others. So you can have resume reviews, portfolio reviews, career coaching, and interview prep. And the coaches set their own prices. So there are some who are free, there's many who are paid. So check them out. Definitely, we believe coaching is valuable, and it's probably going to help you become a director of product. Let me just tell you. And of course, you can become a coach. So if a lot of you are VPs of products or upper level, senior, whatever, we really believe that you should be giving back to the community. So you can sign up to be a coach. It's free, and you can offer your services for free. And we give you all the tools. I mean, scheduling, all that stuff, just let the system do it. So join all the other coaches we have and be a coach and tell people about it. So now switching back to meetup mode. What is Product Hired Job Club? So, we really believe finding a job is something that you need to do quite frequently or growing your career, right? And so if you're not looking for your job yet, you probably should be networking. And if you're looking, then you need to do interview prep. So Product Hired Job Club is really something here that we're here to help you to network. We're here to get speakers to be able to help you coach, of course, find jobs. And if you're looking for people to find talent, and a place to learn how to interview. So we cover all of these topics. We have 2 meetings a month, and we record all of them, and they're on our YouTube channel. So who is it for? As I mentioned before, we're not just product management. We are all of these things. So, basically, if you work on a product, you should be part of Product Hired Job Club, right? Except engineers. You can be part of it, but we don't focus on engineering because that's a whole nother animal. So there you go. We try to be very community focused. We don't see looking for a job as a competitive thing, but more of as a collaborative thing. So we definitely try to be community focused, relational, and help one another. So if somebody's looking for a job, let us know, share with the community, and people will say, hey, I heard about this job, or I just applied to this job, it wasn't a fit, share the love. And like I said, we do have a YouTube channel where we put all of these videos, and we've done quite a lot of amazing videos on there that you can learn from. So go ahead into YouTube, just search for Product Hired, and you'll find our channel. As they say for YouTube, subscribe and click to get all notifications. That actually helps the algorithm help other people find us. So we appreciate that as well. Okay, upcoming events for this next month. The next event, like Brianna said, is July 12th, and it's at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Dan Corbin, a good friend of mine, is going to be talking about thinking like a product manager. So why is this important? When you're interviewing, or as a hiring manager, or when you're interviewing for a role, one of the things they're going to be measuring and looking for is, do you think like a product manager? And so this is definitely a career-oriented topic. So come on out, listen to Dan. He's great. He's a principal product manager at HEB, and he's also, head of the Product League, which is another meetup that I like a lot. And he teaches at General Assembly. Definitely come and join us. You can sign up on our meetup page and RSVP. And then July 29th at 6 p.m., we have Jeremy Glassenberg, who does product API at DocuSign out in San Francisco. And he's going to be talking about something that he's experienced a lot in mentoring and advising startups and similar companies about how to, in the interview process, to spot good culture, bad culture, and sometimes ugly culture, right? And maybe it's bad for you, but not for others. So he's going to be talking about how to figure out your culture fit from the interview process. And I think that's going to be a really great talk. Really looking forward to that. And he's also one of our coaches on Product Hired. So, Dr. Nancy Lee, are you available? Are you here?
Yes, I am. I'm on.
Okay, just want to make sure you're here. So, I'm really happy to introduce Dr. Nancy Lee. I've known her for a while now, and she is amazing, has an amazing YouTube channel that I could only dream to have. She puts so much energy into it. It's just, I mean, like aspiring, to be honest. And she's going to be talking about, of course, our topic tonight, how to get promoted to be a director of product. And when I heard this topic, I was like, absolutely, our people want to hear this topic. So she's a director of product, a mentor, YouTube channel, YouTuber, and she's been featured in Forbes. Wow. She moved to the US with $800 in her pocket, right? And became one of the youngest engineering PhD students who then transitioned into product. So what an amazing story. In 4 years, she was promoted to a director of product from that point, and she's held leadership roles at Verizon, Cox Communications, and Shell Oil. She is also alumni of BU and MIT. I mean, wow, credentials. Her goal is to help people transition from the worker bee to be product managers. And, you know, that's really important in product to become truly product managers and business leaders, and to help them get the compensation that they want. So she definitely trains people in this career thing. She has an intensive course that she'll probably mention, but I definitely recommend you check her out. She's also a coach on Product Hired. Check out her YouTube, Dr. Nancy Lee, DrNancyLi, or just check out her website, drnancylee.com. So turning it over to you. And,
thank you, Mark.
Okay,
thank you for the introduction. Thank you for having me. Let me share my screen. Welcome, everybody. So I was listening to all your introduction at the beginning, and looks like everybody is so senior. I feel like disqualified sharing with you guys about how I became a director of product. Feel free to jump in. If you have different kind of experience or different strategies, get to next level, feel free to jump in. And the key for all of us as a community is about how can you share the best strategy to continue to help each other to grow into their next career aspiration. And quickly for today's talk, my talk is mainly focused on my strategies in terms of the challenges I face, because I'm a minority woman and also immigrant speaking with the accent. To be honest, I think I have faced different kind of challenges than lots of people. So therefore, my talk today is mainly focused on how would you leverage your strengths and how to be smart about working hard and get not working hard and working smart, get into where you are. Okay, great. So let's get started. I assume all of you guys can see my screen right now, right? See my deck? You can? Okay, great. Yes. Awesome. Okay, great. Cool. Quick introduction. So today I'm going to show you how to get promoted to be a director of product, even if you don't have all the resources. And first of all, I want to remind everybody to turn off your distractions. And I know now we're in the digital era, you're probably having dinner right now and listen to this talk. So I do want you guys to pay close attention, because it's 45 minutes. It's going to change dramatically how we as a community continue to advance our career and start to influence other people as well. All right, so I also want to encourage all of you guys start to build your brand on social media such as LinkedIn, and especially for our product managers, especially LinkedIn, and start to share everything you have learned today, or and tag Mark, Product Hired, and myself, Dr. Nancy Lee, on LinkedIn. And later I'm going to share you guys why this is so important to start to build your personal brand starting from today. Okay. So let me ask you this question. If you've been to any of my talk before, you know, all my talk are very engaging. I will ask you questions. I will pick people as well. So pay close attention. First of all, I want to ask you questions regarding why you're here today. Get ready to comment on in the chat. Why you're here today? Maybe because I guess you're stuck at your current job as an individual contributor. You want to know how to get into the leadership position. Number two reason you're here today was because you're frustrated that your bosses always tell you that you did a great job, but someone else got promoted. Why not you? If two is you, comment two in the chat. Number 3, you're here today. Maybe because you're new to the workplace, so you just want to learn some tips to prepare for the future promotions. So come on the chat 1, 2, 3 why you're here today, or is there other reason here today, what else you want to learn, so that I can tailor my talk to you. Now I'm seeing all the chats coming in. I see level up, awesome. Fast level up, Inin yet 1, Zia said 1. Wow, lots of ones. You stuck. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3. 3 is prepare for future promotions. 3, 3, 3. Oh, we have lots coming. Thank you, thank you. Frankie 1, Mahesh 3, Melissa 4. You've been promoted a few times, but it seems that the director level is elusive. Oh, we can talk more about this. I have very different experience. Happy to dive deeper with you guys. I see some 4s. Whoever comment 4, please type in your real reason. Okay, cool. All right, and let me see. Let me summarize. I see lots of 1s for sure. 1, 1, 1, and some 3s. Okay, cool. Basic 1 and 3 level up, and other 4 like other reasons we have here, which is prepare for future promotions, or you currently are stuck. Okay, great. We gonna continue our talk. Thank you so much for sharing your needs with us. You know what? Just like collecting customer requirement, you understand customer needs. Awesome. So let me do this. Let me do a quick introduction for you guys who do not know about me, why I'm here today. Okay, so I am a director of product, a YouTuber, and also the youngest engineering PhD. I'm also a product management coach and focus on high efficiency. And recently I was featured on Forbes. And to be honest, the interview on Forbes has nothing to do to say, oh, she's so successful. Actually, it's the opposite. The interview of Forbes is mainly talk about, hey, like Nancy as an immigrant, you didn't have money when you came here. What challenges have you faced? What lessons have you learned? How did you conquer those challenges? So feel free to check out the full interview, and I have a quick video on my YouTube channel at the description of the video. You can see the full interview description there. And just want to share with all of you guys how to conquer different challenges as an immigrant in the US. I'm also the first person who graduated from college in my family, also the first ballroom dancer for 3 years. All right, cool. And quick introduction about like journey to become a director of product. There's something very interesting I have observed as a director of product, or it's starting from IC, individual contributor, all the way become group product manager, and recently became a director of product actually about a year ago. When I got started, when I tried to level up, at the time, about a year ago, I was a group product manager at Verizon. And I was the only female manager out of 100 people product management organization. I was also one of the youngest managers in our meetings, and lots of time, to be honest, very, very frank with all of you guys, given we have several senior people in the team, like in this meeting today, I had imposter syndrome, to be honest. I felt like I don't deserve it. I just felt, wow, everybody's better than me. I was totally ashamed of my accent. To be honest, it was, oh, everybody speaks better English than me. Well, they have more product experience than me. I was just starting to manage people. I feel like I don't deserve it for a little while, until I start to change my mindset. I start to figure out what the different ways that I can help me, that people can help me to continue get into the next level. So something interesting happened, which was a trigger point for me to jump into the director position. That was at the beginning of COVID last year. I had a conversation with my manager. So basically talking about, hey, I have been a manager, group product manager for about a year or so at that time. So I'm just thinking about what can I do to get into the next level as a director, because I have just bigger career aspirations. At the time, the feedback I received was very interesting, saying that you're not even 1/3 qualified. You cannot even apply for director positions. I was like, I thought I have managed really big capital budget. I thought I was there, but I need to work on something, instead of I'm so far off. It's so like, just don't even apply. It's just not yours. So therefore I start to challenge myself. What if I start to change the environment? Instead of changing the environment, start to change myself. If just myself wasn't good enough, is there anything I can learn and figure it out, instead of waiting for people to tell me, yes, you're qualified right now? So guess what? So during COVID, I started to do some experiment. If people think I'm not even 1/3 qualified, why don't I interview other places? Maybe something may happen. Guess what? So during COVID, I got 4 product manager jobs. One of those a senior PM, the other 3 a director of product, and my salary also went up by 40%. And at the same time, I became a director of product within 4 years. And the interesting part is, once I start to like get ready to leave the company, and all of a sudden people say, oh, there's more like leadership opportunity for you, and suddenly all of a sudden people see me perceived. I was perceived, suddenly felt like, oh, she's ready now. Very interesting observations based on just, I start to challenge their comment, to be honest. So today, I'm going to share with you what happened, and also what I'm teaching you today. To get started is that I do have a humble journey. I know lots of you guys are, probably some of you guys are more advanced than me. I just want to be vulnerable to share the real truth behind the scenes. So I came to the US with $800 in my pocket to pursue my American education. At that time, just trying to go for my PhD. To be honest, our family never had the money to do anything more than spending money on education. This is, I imagine a picture, this is totally look like me then when I was young. So my family never had family vacation at age of 20. It is just like out of blue, there is no way you can even get into like where I am, or even like study in the US. And finally, I figured out how to get scholarship and come here and graduate, get promoted, and get into different levels of my career. Then I started to think about, to be honest, there are so many little Nancys back in China who didn't come from really good family background or like luxury environment, but they're lacking resources because they never get exposures. But because I believe education is an equalizer, so therefore my long-term goal is I want to build 100 schools in China to help kids from middle-income families entrepreneurship. So truly my mission. So I start to help people by sharing anything I know. And then I realized something very interesting, given I had worked for multiple Fortune 500 companies, and myself became a group product manager leading people, and also became a director. I realized something very sad, to be honest. So women and international professionals are not on the decision table. Lots of time we're perceived as worker bee, not a leader. Lots of time when people say, oh yes, someone get this done, yeah, it's your turn. Okay, now it's promotion time, it's not yours. And lots of time we do not get very transparent, honest feedback in terms of what you can work on. So therefore, I have done research regarding how to make it happen and have done it myself. So I just start to share my knowledge on YouTube for free for a year. And feel free to take a screenshot and then learn more free tips I had on YouTube, and also helping people to negotiate higher salary. I have helped, I had taught more than 600 women how to negotiate higher salaries as well. So feel free to go to my YouTube channel to learn for free. So today we focus on this topic, laser focus on how to get promoted as a director of product. So secret number 1 is don't let others tell you what you can or cannot do. Okay, so lots of time, but at least this is what happened to me, to be honest. Just the feedback wasn't transparent. And lots of time to say you need more time, or oh, you didn't do well, but how to do better? Is there anything I can do? Lots of time people just tell you you're not good enough, but there's no constructive feedback how to get into the next level, or they give you some tips and next year you're still in the current position. And then a year later, you're still in the current position. Then you're stuck in your career for another 4 years. Then you still, I'm trying to work on it, but never works. This is some kind of secret loops behind it, to be honest. Now, let me share with you. Let me ask you this question first. What's your career aspiration? Comment on the chat. What's your career aspiration? Could be, I want to become a director of product in 2 years from today, or I want to be a CEO of my own company sometime in the future. So let me ask you this question. What's your specific career aspirations? Or maybe you don't want to become director, you want to be a manager first at IC. So usually before director, to be honest, you go become a manager. So comment on the chat. So what's your career aspiration? Cool. I don't see anything. I assume, if I don't see anything, I assume people will just become a director. Okay. That said, VP to CEO, awesome. Rachel said, and a product owner now, I want to move into, lost coming, move into PM and then director, great. And you said, I like to get promoted to director in less than 2 years. Awesome. And Eugene said, someday I will live on a river and lead multiple companies and come out with a product that will solve all the world's food shortage. I love this. I love this. My dream is build some education nonprofit, to be honest. Mark said we build product at not a small company. I love this. Mark, we can grow product higher to make it even better, bigger, and then that become big company. You're already there. So I see lots coming in. Product to start with. Hash want to become product. Senior director. Melissa, senior director, director. We have lots coming in, just reading very quickly. Directing next year, experience in managing other PMs. Yeah, we really have different goals right here. So let me also ask you this question. What's holding you back? I know you have the goal right now. What's holding you back? Was because you think your manager didn't see your potential? Or was because the competition was too strong? Maybe. Or because you're just not sure how corporate America works. So what's holding you back? Maybe you don't have the openings in your company. So Callie said opportunities. Yes, maybe during COVID, there's no openings, no director level openings, so you cannot get into next level, right? Melissa said, need to find the right opportunities, demonstrate your skills and have a big impact. Very good. Melissa will definitely focus on this as well. Rachel says knowledge and experience surrounding the role. Yeah, your manager paves the path for you. That's awesome. That's pretty good. You have a good manager. Company too small to support directors in addition to CPO. Hey, Harriet, we will address this towards the end, how you design your career path, for sure. Yes, I love all your comments. Yeah, if company too small, I will definitely get back to this. If I miss your question at the end, we might have too many, ping me again. I definitely want to address this because I do believe that different paths for everybody really depends on the companies. I'm wearing your non-PM hats, lack of real-world PM experience, Tiffany said, Shell said, company only hires high-level people from outside. They don't promote from within. Shirley said this, awesome. Yes, yes. We'll spend lots of more time later on about that topic. Okay, awesome, awesome. Timing and role, confident managing others. Yes, okay, cool. So let's continue. Step one is I do want to tell you that a quick story to understand what I mean by people say, do not take no for an answer. Okay, secret number one is do not take no for an answer, to be honest. So that's the most important thing all of you guys need to understand. And then we design specific strategies based on your challenges. You guys put all the challenges here right now. So what's holding you back? But I want you to understand this. Do not take no for an answer. So let me give a very quick short story about what do I mean do not take no for an answer, and how it has pivot myself and get into like different career paths and where I am. And something very interesting was, so I told you guys that I came to the US with a PhD scholarship, and my family never had money, to be honest, to pay for anything for me to study in the US. There was a time that was like, I call the life transitioning moment, to be honest. Actually, for my undergrad, I studied fashion design. I went to a fashion design school. I learned how to make clothes, fabric. That's what I did. And then when I was a PhD at Boston University, I studied material science. That was very, very challenging. So the first year and a half, to be honest, I was below average. I can barely survive, seriously speaking. And guess what? There was a day that my PhD advisor came into my lab saying that, Nancy, I don't think you have the intelligence to become a PhD. I was like shocked, no clue. I was like, did she just insulted me on my face? That's crazy. I had a 10-second silence, and then she left. She stormed out the door. I just left. Basically asked me to quit my PhD. So what I decided to do was I paused for 10 seconds, figure out what's going on, and stormed out the door and stopped her on the stairs and told her that, guess what? It is my decision to do a PhD, not yours. And guess what? 3 years later, actually to the total, my PhD was 3.5 years. Actually, it's 2 years after that moment, I became the youngest engineering PhD at Boston University, also published 14 papers. And my total PhD was like 3.5 years. If you're part of the research space, you will understand. Usually other PhD takes on average 5 years, and they publish about 2 to 3 papers. So I basically triple others' outcome. But I was able to just kind of like, you should quit and get into the next level. But what I did, dramatically different, was that the following 3 things. Do not take no for an answer. To be honest, at the time, you're talking to myself, it is my decision to do a PhD or not hers. This is crazy. Even if I had no solution, seriously, at the time, I literally was behind everybody. Even if I had no solution, I knew I cannot let other people tell me what I can or cannot do. I just need to set a clear goal and figure out how to make it happen. And the second thing I did is I started to hang out with like people smarter than me. Seriously, I hang out with MIT PhDs. At the time, it was BU, so I hang out with MIT PhDs so that they help me, they teach me, they have more resources than me, they share with me. I also want to make sure I'm a contributor to them as well. And gradually my grades and everything in PhD, like intelligence, all the way just gradually start to grow up. But the third thing, what I learned is also the most important part that carries me throughout today, which is invest in myself. Okay. So at the time, my decision was, guess what? I knew I had this challenges and that challenges, or currently maybe as you guys see that maybe like current company too small, they cannot create a position for you, any other challenges. But what I decide to do is, hey, guess what? I know I have different challenges. If I do not invest in myself, who will invest on me? Sharing pause, bring why the sharing is pause? Hold on. Why my sharing is pause? Hold on. Let me reshare. Something went off. One sec. Very cool. Yeah, I'm back. I think I'm back. If I'm not back, please come on the chat. I can see your chat. Okay. Nope, wrong thing to share. Hold on. Why I have sharing issues? Can you guys see my deck right now? Please come on the chat.
Yeah, it looks good. We can see.
Okay, came back. Okay, great, cool. All right. So basically, I start to learn everything I don't know, starting from improving my English, to be honest, starting to learn public speaking skills, different things, how to do research better, how to write better PhD research paper. But all these details is not important. At here, what's important is that the moment I decided that I knew I'm weaker than others, I need to do more, that started to help me to like accelerate my PhD journey, and then continue to figure out how can I continue to invest myself to learn different strategies, different skills, so that I can get promoted as a group product manager first, and then continue to be a director. Okay, so secret number 2 is that make your mentors reach out to you. Okay, so that's something I did differently from other people, and also serves me very, very well. This might be very different, to be honest, than anything you have heard before. Everyone said, oh, so find mentors and sponsors so that people will help you get into the next level. You heard all of this before. I don't want to like repeat what others said, but I took a very different approach. Okay, so my approach is seriously is this: make my mentor sponsors reach out to me. They knew me before I start to like have a conversation with them. I had built a very strong personal brand that people even heard my name before I start to say, hey, I want to like get promoted to become a group product manager. I want to get promoted to become a director, or different things. So let me tell you why I did that and what's in reality happening in your mentor's mind. Am I lying, or is there truth to it? Okay, so right now as a director of product, I can verify this to you. It's so true. All right, so if you are senior member in your company, right, such as a big company like Verizon, like Fortune 500 companies, was I think 120,000 people out there, right? So it's like all the VPs. So I had 6 VPs as a mentor. Guess what? So all those VPs, what in their mind is, how can I build my team? Like, who will join my power group? Seriously, they're thinking about how to leave a legacy. They're also thinking about how to build a stronger team for themselves, and which also means that there will be silos. To be honest, if you work for any big company, you understand even smaller company has silos, but silos sounds a bad word, so I call it power group. Okay. So all the leaders are thinking about, you guess what? For step 1, I need the best team, so this team can produce better outcome, so that I will look better, my team looks better, everybody get promoted, everybody get more salary or bonuses towards the end of this year. Step 2 is that, to be honest, there are lots of like company politics. When politics happens, they want to bring the best people in the team. They don't want you, the star, to be on the other side of team, then you're in trouble. So there's a different thing they're thinking, how can I bring the stars and best people in my own team so that we all have the power group, everybody growing together? So they are your mentors or VPs or CEOs, all the senior people. They are looking for like a talent the whole time. They have their ears open, eyes open, but you may not know because you might be individual contributors, or you might be new to the company. You don't know how they think this way. Okay, so once I become director of product, I keep my eyes open. It's like, who's the top talent in the company? So when I grow my team, I can bring this guy in, that guy in, that guy in. Okay, so the best part for you to like get promoted is to make yourself stand out so that they will reach out to you. Okay, so lots of time when I reach out to my mentors in Verizon, they already heard my name. They knew I have done ABCD great project. They may not know all the details about me. They roughly knew who I am, roughly. And I also had, in my new company, we also had the CEO like reach out to me just saying that, hey, Nancy, I want to have like a coffee chat with you. So there's a lot of things going on. If you had already built your like brand to show that you are so outstanding, and your mentor will start to pay close attention to you. Some of them might just directly reach out to you, or even if you reach out to them, that I heard of you before. Okay, so that's very important. Now, here's what's going on. Your mentors might be, well, no, oh yeah, I've heard of you before. Oh, come in. Yeah. Definitely someone else like told me before you're like start. I should talk to you. Oh, you should definitely schedule time on my calendar. So that's in reality, if you had present yourself in the right way, you are able to reach to this level. And then all the promotions and mentorship, sponsorship will become much easier. Okay, now the question is, to be honest, how to make yourself stand out, right? So it sounds easy, right? The theory is so good and it sounds so easy, but let me tell you the 3 steps you need to do to make yourself stand out so that your mentors start to notice you. Okay, step 1 is you need to learn new skills. Very important. I'm gonna break it down one by one. Understand this first. Start to learn new skills. Step 2 is become a good public speaker. Step 3 is let people know about your achievement. Okay, so let me do this, break it down for you. Now skills for leaders. I like what Mark said, like earlier, like communication skills, influencing skills, all for product managers or product leaders. I know maybe some of you guys are designers, all about product, right? There are many different skills. All of these are the skills you need to master before you even become the next generation leader. I don't care, some of you guys is like entry level, just want to become a people manager, or people manager want to become director want to become a CEO. Just understand this. Just ask you the question. So let's say like some of you guys want to become a CEO. I see some in the chat saying that, hey, I want to become CEO. Just ask yourself, what skills does the CEO need to have? You are not CEO today, but that's your career aspiration. You told me already, right? So if the list of CEO skills is public speaking and everything else, immediately learn those skills. Okay, so now lots of times is not just, yes, I learned it, it's really seriously make it as a priority, getting some training, get some mentors, get some coaches, and hold you responsible to improve those kind of skills. Okay, yeah. And okay, so oh, of course, I also add product management skills, because specializing in product management, I do think the foundation of doing a good job is important. If you're a marketer, please learn how to do social media marketing, how to do copywriting better than others. I specialize in product management. Even before you ask for promotion, hey guys, make sure you do product management well, in terms of, do you know how to do roadmap better than others? Do you know how to write requirement better than others, right? So the fundamental skills you need to master, and then you learn other soft skill stack on top of it. You cannot just have a hollow thing. You don't even know how to do the basics. Okay, and the next part is make sure you need to invest yourself before you become a leader, right? So we list all the skills that I believe leaders need to master. You can add more, just really depends on your goal, okay? Add more to the skill set. Now, also ask you a question. It's like, what would your role model do? Let's say like your role model is Steve Jobs. I have a different role model. So let's say your role model is Steve Jobs. And one day you're like, you know what? I have a time crunch, right? I wanna get promoted as director. I also wanna join a new company. I also have a new family, new baby coming in. I don't have enough time to do everything. What should I do? Lots of times those answers can directly be answered by asking this, what my role model would do, right? So what Steve Jobs would do? Steve Jobs would be like, let's figure out, first of all, prioritize, and second, hire help if you don't have time, and third, learn time management. Like something like this is easy for you to figure out once you see, wow, what my my role model would do. And then the next step, once you figure out, the next step is just directly invest in yourself before you become a leader. That's very critical. So therefore, I recommend all of you guys, I know, assuming you are IC today, individual contributor, hey, just take some leadership classes, communication classes, public speaking classes, all of this, all the leaders need to have it, do it today. Do not count it as like, oh, I took one public speaking classes. I didn't become a manager or director. I'm stop learning. No, you will never get into next level if you have a wrong mindset. Okay, so invest in yourself before you become a leader. It's very critical. Next part is how to become a good public speaker. I personally believe that becoming a good public speaker will serve you really, really far, regardless you're IC or manager, all the way up to director, CEO. This is a must-have, important skills for every leaders in the world, even before you become a leader. Okay, so step one is that, hey, please make sure you increase your public speaking appearances and then share. Okay, share the fact that you spoke at this place and that place in different places on LinkedIn. I also shared it on social media myself, all over the places, and let people know you are an authority in the place you are in. I know not everybody is a very good public speaker. I was so bad. I will show you guys. I'm going to find the worst, how it got started 10 years ago when I started to speak at Toastmaster. Oh, so horrible, embarrassing. I told you I started really bad. Yes, so I was really horrible when I got started, but I focused, as I said, like 10 years ago, I knew public speaking is important. I continued to hire coaches. I took Dale Carnegie trainings. I took practices in those free Toastmaster clubs. It's not free, like $25 half a year, something like that, very cheap. Yeah, and then at the same time, once you start to speak, other people will start to love your talk and start to promote you as well. Let people, oh, you should listen to Dr. Nancy Lee's talk. I was inspired, yada, yada. So all of those are very, very, very important skills to get ahead. So let me tell you a very quick story, how I realized that I had mastered public speaking skills and how I realized how important it is. Okay, so another personal real life story. And I think at early career, when I transitioned into product management, as I said, I have imposter syndrome. I didn't think I deserve it. To be honest, in the team, in our smart cities team, we have 5 product managers. I was the only woman and the youngest. Everyone else had at least 10 more years experience than me. Seriously, I was just like, I was a little kid compared to them. Seriously, at least I feel that way. I have imposter syndrome. And then we need to do product launch. Then we decide to train over like 100 salespeople about our product so they can sell to like different cities. We build smart cities product. And all the product managers need to give a presentation about their product and make the sales team very excited. So I took all my coaches told me how to do public speaking better and try to improve it. And guess what? At the end of my talk, the 5 product managers, everyone else is more than 10 years older than me, and I was the only woman and only immigrant as well. My English wasn't as good at the time. And guess what? So at the end of the talk, I have a group of sales guys lining up, shaking my hand, saying that, Nancy, you gave the best talk. I'm so excited to sell your product. So let's get started. So since that moment, realized, wow, so good at public speaking can really make people energized, vouch for you. And then since then, my sales team constantly just like pull me into different kind of client deals and helps me to get more exposure and getting to know more like C-level people, just because they were inspired by my skills. They know what I represent, how sincere I am. And then they help me to open more doors as well. So this is such amazing and important skills everybody need to master. Okay, start learning today. And I also want to really remind everybody, learning public speaking skill doesn't mean to go to free Toastmaster class or clubs for like $25 per year, something like that. No, that doesn't get you ahead. That's just like a place for you to practice. You need to take trainings. You need to hire coaches. Then you practice. You need all the dots lined up for you to get into the next level. Okay? Do not cheap out on training. I'm very serious. The next part is that you need to build credibility before you ask for a promotion. That's very important. Okay, assuming you have all mastered public speaking skills. The next part is before you advance to next level, you need to socialize your achievement whenever it happens, such as whenever you have product launch, you let other people know. Everybody you know. Everybody needs to know you have amazing product launch, okay? If you have an engineering breakthrough, right now, maybe you're IC, you work with engineers. or whoever, any kind of engineering breakthrough, let everybody know, socialize your achievement. And any problem you have solved, let everybody know in the company. Not like sounds really bad, let everybody know, but yes, you need to start to sell yourself, build your credibility before you even get there. Okay. And then another very important skills everybody needs to master is how to pitch yourself. You need to have your perfect 30 seconds elevator pitch. Okay, so which means, seriously speaking, especially you guys want to get directors like VP, CEO level, or head of product, very high level, you need to learn how to quickly impress others and let other people see your strengths and your value to the company, to the team within 30 seconds. So I made a specific YouTube video that I share with you how to do your 30 seconds elevator pitch. And the same framework can be used for you when you go into product management interview as well. It's the same framework that served me very, very far out. So feel free to take a screenshot right now and then go to my YouTube channel, Dr. Nancy Lee. You can just find the sample answers I had there. But here, I just want to give you the high level framework, but you do need to apply by watching my YouTube video. Okay. So number one is just tell them I am your name, Dr. Nancy Lee. The next part is you should tell them I have ABC years of experience. Okay, ABC years experience of doing what? Maybe I randomly pick someone, Eugene. You can say I have 10 years experience launching like large scale B2C products, something like that, like summary. And then you need to tell them the most impressive story of yourself. Just one, maybe two. Okay, do not tell them too much, because the more they tell them, the more they feel like it's just too long, harder to memorize. If you tell them the most important thing, they heard it and they fall off the chair. Okay, that's a key part of pitching yourself. And then eventually you have call to action. Your call to action is different to everyone. Your call to action could be somebody, you would talk to CEO, it's like call to action is, can we meet for coffee? Or can I join one of your hottest projects in your company? As everyone's call to action is different, you need to change your call to action and pitch based on who you talk to. Okay, feel free to go to my YouTube channel and check out this must watch video as well. So secret number 3, you need to build a strong personal brand. I kind of allude into this a little bit, but let me tell you the steps goes into the strong personal brand. What do I mean? Especially everybody wants to get into a leadership position. Your branding is already out there, but you didn't know. Okay, so let me ask you this. So come on the chat. How others describe you? Confidence. What's your personal brands? How others describe you right now? Come on the chat. How others describe you? Confident, problem solver, a leader, or worker bee, or someone who's very analytical, or someone who's very reliable, or someone is like has a very good public speaker. That was one of my things. So what's a collaborator? Very good. Brittany is collaborator. And also problem solver. Eugene said good listener, open to suggestions, delegate well, generous. I love those brands. Awesome, awesome. So now I want you guys to think about what's the brand of a CEO, or what's the brand of head of product? What's the brand of, let's say, director, whatever your next level, any your next level, just think about what the brand, okay? So understand what specific that brand needs to be. And then you start to work on the brand, showing the type of directions you want to go to, right? And start to building it right now, even before you get there. As I said, all my strategy is prepare ahead of time and people just come to you. I use very different strategies to help myself like get promoted, do different things. Yes, that's my personal strategy. Okay, so people will come to you, start to build it early. I also see, Kelly said, rock star, like articulate, concise communicator, bilingual with business and tech. Very good. I love it. Like this is a very strong, like executive kind of like sharp branding. I love all of this. Like good listener, being empathetic. That's very good for a product manager. Branding, to be honest, is all very good. So think about what you think the kind of brand you're building, and maybe ask your friend, do you have this brand? You thought it this way, maybe your friends see it differently, to be honest. Okay, and then understand what the kind of brand you want to build. Let me teach you how to build it. Okay, so you start, one of my brand is I'm a good public speaker. Okay, I empower women. That's my personal brand. I help aspiring product managers. I help others to break glass ceilings. That's my personal brand. So you start to brand yourself on LinkedIn, starting from the pictures, background pictures, everything you want to put on LinkedIn, and you share lots of content. One of my students, amazing. She's a fresh graduate. She started brand herself, starting from like very early in her career. She hasn't even graduated from college. Right now, she already got product manager offer within like 2 months. Now she starts like, hey, my mentor Dr. Nancy Lee introduced me about this. I share so much knowledge. Check it out. And then people watch her YouTube channel. Watch my YouTube channel and get to know her. And then her on LinkedIn, she started to brand herself. And next day she will do a different post about this is what I learned about product management. She hasn't even graduated, guys. She started brand herself as amazing product manager who loves to share, who get results fast. Think about what you need to share today, even today, seriously. So start to get alignment with your own brand. Okay. Now, there's another important part is your personal branding and everything. Is that when you build your personal brand, do not only see it as I'm selling myself, as I have a personal brand to tell how amazing I am. So when you start to promote yourself on LinkedIn, on social media, different places, you need to help others to grow as well. Because if you only focus on yourself, people can tell it's not going to serve you in the long run. Okay, when you do both branding and helping others, this needs to go hand to hand. Okay, so when you talk about helping others to grow, you need to do the following 5 things. For example, genuine wishing like other success. Whenever someone else is more successful than you, launching a product, doing other things, or someone got promoted, not you, you need to genuinely wish someone else success. Okay, and you also need to build trust, not silos. I know what has in office politics. I think all of you guys have seen that before, right? So you need to build trust first, not just silos, because I believe it serves you in the long run. At least don't do it on purpose, just to build silos. And don't fake it until you make it, which I really hate. I really hate the phrase fake it until you make it. It is a personal story. I had someone very early in my career, and someone started to share crazy advice. At the time, to be honest, the advice didn't fit me. The advice is, Nancy, you should just fake it until you make it. Guess what? The person who gave me the advice, he had seriously very good at applying this strategy to fake it until he made it. But yes, he was able to fake it until he made it to become a director. And guess what? Within 6 years, he demoted once, and then he will never promote it again, because he didn't master the fundamental thing by just bragging and talking about something empty. So I want you to build the foundation, learning first, learn it before you make it. So don't fake it until you make it. And also customers first. This is also what I believe is part of my personal brand. I wish all of you guys can be put into your personal brand as well. To be very frank, I have seen different people in corporate America, their goal is make sure their boss or their boss are entertained. Okay. They will be the first person answering their boss email. Yes, that no problem. You're trying to go that place. But when customers email them, when there's a customer things, I was like, why you never work that hard, that urgent serving our customers? As a product manager, as a director of product, I also lots of people, all of you guys in this product space, I do think we need to stand what product management host stands for. Please make sure you prioritize customers first. This is very critical, not just your boss. I've seen lots of people doing that. I personally believe that that's hurt your personal brand in the long run. Everybody can see that. Very clear, very, very clear. You prioritize your boss, not your customers, you're in trouble. Finally, make sure you share your knowledge that helps you to build your personal brand as well. Giving is more important than taking. People need to give more than what they take. All of this goes into your personal brand. Finally, I also want to tell you guys regarding pick your own path. I know some of you guys in the comment mentioned that, hey, my current company doesn't even have the opportunity to create a director position, right? And several of you guys also comment. I know several of you guys comment in the chat, just feel like, hey, I'm just like not in the right place, getting stuck, or the current like team structure wasn't the right way. I do want to share with you guys regarding what do I mean by pick your own path, right? Pick your path is very critical. I want you guys to understand step one, analyze your environment. There's differences between is the environment doesn't fit you or is you do not have the capabilities. They're two different things. Okay, so if the environment has a certain culture saying that only people with Harvard degree or whatever, or like has to be this age or what this kind of things can be promoted, or some companies just say, just clearly we do not create a position at all. Then you understand that's an environment issue. You just need to change your path, to be honest, because that's something out of your control. Let me give you my personal example. So when I was like trying to become director in Verizon, I realized something very interesting. Then I asked my manager, how can I get into next level? How can I just continue to grow? Interesting part was the feedback wasn't about, Nancy, you need to improve how to mentor others. You need to improve how to do better, I don't know, presentation, executive presentation, or better communication. It's none of this. None of this. The what I need to improve is that you need to spend more time in the company. You just need more time. You just need to wait and more time. And to me, that is a signal. The environment saying that they only promote older people. I'm just too young for them. That's a signal. And then there was a day, so fun. There was a day, there was another director. He is 15 years older than me. He recently became a director. When we had a conversation about how can we solve problem for our customers, again, customers first to me. And then guess what? When he had a conversation with me, he just it was like, Nancy, how long have you been in Verizon? I was at the time I was like, 2.5 years, almost 3 years. I'm here to discuss pricing with you. Do you have any advice or anything? Let's work on this together. And the other director just feel like, I was like, 3 years. I've been working for Verizon for 15 years. How does it matter to our pricing strategy? Do you know this guy in pricing? I said, no, I am only 3 years in Verizon. I don't know. Can you make introduction? You don't even know these guys. Hey, the whole conversation is about you don't spend enough time in the company. It's not about, can I do my job? Do I have leadership? And then I made a decision. I need to change my path because the environment, somehow, it was giving a signal. It's a signal. I may interpret incorrectly, to be honest, guys. But once I change my path, I got promoted even faster. Okay. For you guys, I want you guys to start thinking about, is this your problem that you don't have all the skills I listed above? Or is this just the environment? It's just not the culture fit for you guys. So start thinking hard about it. You will have a solution quicker than help you to get the result faster as well. Okay, so I also want to remind all of you guys is that branding is very important. I highlight this 500 times, I believe, today. So if you learn anything important today, feel free to share on social media. I'm more than happy to reshare your post about what you learned today. So help each other to build your personal brand as well. And quick reminder is that I do have my own product manager accelerator program. My goal is help people to become a product manager or get into a job as a director product, VP product, basically get a better offer in the product management space. And I coach people from like fresh graduate for all the way to VP of product in my current program. If you're interested in learning more about my product manager accelerator, feel free to go to my webinar on my website, drnancylee.com, and about how I got 4 product manager offers in 60 days. It's totally free, and feel free to check it out. See if anything you want to learn together. Okay, so there is my contact information. Feel free to take a screenshot right now, which have my email address, the email address needs to be updated. It's drnancy@drnancy.com. But anyway, so those both Gmail works as well. And my website, drnancy.com. And feel free to take a screenshot and go to my YouTube channel to learn for free starting from today. I also have groups like a product management, LinkedIn mock interview group. You can find your mock interview partners there. I also have a WeChat group. Feel free to take a screenshot and scan the barcode and join us, join the community, start learning today. At last, I just want to thank Product Hire and NGA, General Assembly, having me today. That's a great pleasure to share anything I know with all of you guys. Now I'm ready to take any questions from you guys. Let me know if any questions. You can just, no, I can't.
Yeah, Brianna, can they unmute themselves and ask questions?
Yeah, absolutely. And also, if you don't feel comfortable unmuting yourself for some reason, feel free to drop it in the chat and I can ask it directly to Dr. Nancy.
Eugene has his hand up. Go ahead, Eugene.
And I deal with this from the employer standpoint. People come in, they're asking for a promotion, whether there's one or not, and they don't have a fallback position. So when I have to say no to them, all of a sudden I might have someone who's been in a company for 3 or 4 years. They were only prepared for your side to present to they mean enough to me, and I would give them the raise or the promotion. And they have no fallback when I tell them there's just not anything available. And so while I'm hearing you tell people to promote themselves and give their story, you have to also tell people to be prepared for that no and what they're going to do and how they're going to react in that moment. Because I'll tell you that 9 out of 10 people don't prepare for the turn down, and they have no idea what they're going to do next. And it's a very difficult situation because in my case, I don't want to lose them, but I don't have anywhere to put them. So some feedback, and maybe give us some people on this call some suggestions on what to happen when someone says no to them.
I love it. Thank you, Eugene. Yeah, perfect. So here's the thing. Lots of time when you ask for promotion the first time, you don't get it, to be honest. But your goal is hold your manager accountable to understand what's lacking. So how can I work on it? Should we create a plan together? Or is it real that they don't have promotion opportunities or my competition is stronger? So understand that, but thank you for jumping in. Thank you, Eugene.
One thing, just to give some feedback on that, I've had the people that report to me is number one, I have them create a case study on why they should get promoted. And then they present it to me. And part of that work, actually, they figure out their own deficiencies, to be honest. But part of that process will then help them prepare for when I as a manager, have to give appropriate feedback to answer such work put into a presentation, right? And if I can't come up with any good reason, I have to push it on up, right? Because, you know, it's actually good when I've mentored several people to do this, and they've ended up with promotions, and it's been encouraging that you know, that when they put a good case together, that they're able to get it, or I'm able to give exact feedback, very precise, that will be evaluated at the next review. So
Thank you for sharing, Mark.
Hi, Dr. Nancy, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, I just had a question. So currently I'm working as a QA lead for an insurance company in the Midwest, and I am interested in becoming a product manager and hopefully become a product director, maybe down the line or whatever. But I was just wondering, you know, do you recommend people going through a boot camp kind of a session in order to upgrade their resume, or would you say that, you know, getting the resume upgraded is good enough? I hope that makes sense, because I do see there are some boot camps that actually teaches you how to become a product manager. And I was just wondering what would be the right route to take, so to speak. That
I
makes
think
sense.
depends on your needs. Do you already, for example, is your challenge only about resume, or is the challenge about packaging your experience and now in the interviews, knowing how to put a sense interview, knowing how to answer what's your favorite product, things like that. So what's your challenge?
My challenge is just getting in front of these people. That's all.
Okay, so if your challenge is, I don't need anything, I don't need any help besides I want someone to brush up my resume, you can just hire someone to brush up your resume on product hire, to be honest. But if your challenge is, oh my goodness, I have a good resume, but I don't know why, like I have, like nobody call me back. I have good resume, but nobody call me back. Then something's wrong with your networking skills, you know? Something's wrong with your like a branding, how you attract. Recruiters can find you inbound. You can get inbound lead. So using the wrong strategy to get inbound lead as well. And now if your strategy is, let's say you have a good resume, then you get some interviews. Why I never pass interviews to get an offer? Then which means, yeah, you got to take some like a bootcamp, a real bootcamp, teach you those skills. Because those any like networking skills, different like LinkedIn strategy, inbound, like interview skills, product management skills, it's not like one piece of paper you can just learn it. I don't believe short learning, to be honest. So I would suggest you to take some bootcamp. So really depends on pain point. Yeah. Cool. Great.
Okay,
Thank
sounds
you.
good. Thank you.
Yeah. People also asked me to share the Dale Carnegie public speaking courses. Yes. Let me share with, I'm going to put it up, but I'm also happy to take more questions while we're waiting.
So I got a question. It seems like a lot of your experience is in larger corporate structures, like Verizon's huge and Cox. Do you think your advice is the same or slightly different for smaller companies? You know, where Eugene might mention there aren't as many director roles, or there's very few, or the role needs to be created.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good question. I think part of the advice is similar. Some advice is not applicable, to be honest. For example, there may not be as much office politics when you go to smaller companies because people are more united together to serve the customers. That's what I assume. Hopefully that's the truth. Yeah, but I do think some other things are similar in terms of you do need to like build all the skills to get yourself ready. Even if smaller company like Mark, your own company, or like a GA themselves maybe have 200 people, 300 people, when it's time to get promotion, maybe managers only have 2 managers. You gotta outbeat your competition. You still need to improve those skills, start to build your case. As you said, you need to build your case. In my case, I call it, you need to build your credibilities. You need to share about your achievement, different things. Everything else is the same, but I do think the politics in big companies, small companies will be different. So you just need to pick your own battles in different scenarios. Yeah, I put the Dale Carnegie course link in the chat. Feel free to click it and check it out. They might give me some discount code for you guys, something like 10%. I don't know. Feel free to reach out to me if you need their code. I will reach out to them. Basically, I don't know how they work. Last time they gave me a discount. I will help you guys get discount if I can. Okay, cool. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, can I ask a question, Dr. Nancy?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, so I was just wondering, you know, what do you think? What would you say is the top one skill that you will need to have when you are looking to become a product manager, director of product, etc., as opposed to working as a software engineer? Because most of the product management jobs are in that field. So I was just wondering.
I see. I see. Are you saying that what skill, most important skill, breaking into product management compared with SDE, or someone is already product manager who wants to become a director product?
Yeah, both. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, two different skills. If you're already product manager and you want to become a director or people leader, sometimes they give you a group product manager title, so then you climb that way, right? So either way, if you want to become a people leader, I believe the most important skills you need to have is all the like influencing, empowering people. I think those are the skills you need to have, because you need to start to lead a team and empower them to grow. I have a manager myself. My first job, I work like 60 hours, but I love it. I love it. Nobody asked me to work long hours. My manager was so smart. He was so good at inspiring me, helping me to grow. I loved it. Yeah, so I believe those like influencing skills are the most important skill once you want to grow up, like after change, assuming you're already in the product management space. Let's say you are breaking into product management space, which is, let's say right now you might be software engineer who want to break into product management space. I believe the most important skills for you to have are the fundamental product management skills. Not just one skill. As product manager, you need to know how to write requirement, how to do roadmap. We speak very different languages compared with software engineer, very, very, very different. We know customer interviews, so that's many lists of 10 skills you need to master to become a product manager. You don't have to be expert in all of them, but you as many as possible, or you might get fired on the job, to be honest. I have 2 people reach out to me. They became a product manager. Within 2 months, they got fired. It's crazy because they took some like bootcamp. I don't want to mention the name. It's crazy. That bootcamp didn't train them the skills. That bootcamp said apply for 1,000 jobs per month. Just interview, apply, apply. You will eventually get a job. It's different principles, different philosophy than what I would tell my student to do. Yeah, and then people reach out to me like within 2 months they got fired because they never mastered the key PM skills. So really, again, depends on your goal. So pick the right path, depends on where you are. I do believe that everyone needs personalized strategy and personalized coaching based on where they come from. That's why I just give you a high level. You need to pick your own path.
Okay.
That was the second course in the boot camp on how to keep your job.
Yeah. Very funny. Mahesh said, have you also helped place PM outside of US, like Canada, Europe right now? Mahesh, yes, I have students globally. I'm very proud. Hi, Samantha, her baby voice. I love that. Yes, I have very interesting. I have surprisingly, I have students in London, Paris, Singapore, India, Canada, all over the world. I love it. Yes, it's all over the place. Now I can travel after COVID to see my students and get some local help.
So I have a question, and maybe you mentioned this in some way, but during this process that you became director of product, is there something that you did that on reflection, you're like, no, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done it completely different?
Oh, very good question. Let me see. Good question. To be honest, it's about I should have invested in myself even earlier. Is I thought I need to become a manager and then know how to manage people. At the time, I don't even manage people while I learn how to manage people. I don't have people to lead while I learn the leadership skills. It just sounds very like difficult and empty. So therefore, at the beginning of my career, I didn't learn. I was just like, once I have people to manage, then I will master, learn on the job or whatever. The skills will be more real, which is true. Once there's someone to manage, of course, your leadership skills can put in practice. But I wish I had learned that earlier, all the leadership skills, because leadership cannot be, I learned it once. then I'm master leading people. No, you learn multiple times, you learn ahead of time. So once I start to learn that, okay, I need to learn ahead of time and say that just helped me to get promoted faster, but I waste my time. So, oh, soft skills just gradually come. No need to learn soft skills gradually. It will just come. Never came that way. No, I wish I knew this earlier.
Dr. Nancy, this is Zia here. I have a question for you.
Hi, Zia.
So like I know like in product management, the role is kind of a different role where people don't report to you directly, right?
Yep.
So you're kind of a one-man show, but you'll have to coordinate with a lot of people across different segments. Like you have to talk to technical folks, you have to talk to marketing, sales, and everybody. So given that there will be there will be timelines on the products and all that one, and you have to meet the deliverables, you have to get people working and all that. And there has been certain instances where like just because people don't report to you, you don't have the control. So how do you suggest to gel that kind of gap and really make that product move into the market at the right time?
Awesome. I love this question. I think the typical questions all the product managers are facing is regarding how to work with cross-functional teams, what if people push back, different alignments. When that situation happens, step one is to understand why there's pushback, really wearing that person's shoes. And that's very important. For example, for engineering team, they might have different kind of environment, set up the wrong environment challenges. They told you they cannot make it happen. It's not because they don't care about customers. All right, so understand where they came from. I think the most important thing, and also tell them, step two is tell them that I understand you. I think lots of them are just waiting for you to acknowledge that I'm working really hard. You think this feature is easy. I work throughout the entire weekend. Even you acknowledge that makes them feel so much happier. So that's step two, understand, step one, and number two is tell them I understand you. And number three is that I usually love to bring my team earlier into the conversation with customers or share anything I know. Sometimes they can be part of customer meetings, sometimes they cannot. It really depends on the team, the environment, everything. So I believe what's a most important part is that, hey, that's what customer want. That's a bigger picture. You bring them in part of the conversation as early as possible so they feel like they are respected. Number four is that, so to be honest, today I coach another student. She's facing very interesting company politics. Which is politics, to be honest. Which number four is related to politics. You need to understand company politics. We have seen people, sometimes it's not, they don't care about customers. Sometimes it's this deep politics. I have a student in all the fan company. The fan company student reached out to me saying that this is politics. I don't know what's going on. Then I analyze for them. Has nothing to do with are you serving customer, not serving customer, it's politics. So when you deal with politics, is that you really need to understand different allies and reach out to the allies ahead of time, build some relationship before people throw you under the bus. That's a very different story. Okay, that's why one of the skills is dealing with politics. That's another 3 hours conversation.
Thank you very much. It's a great explanation. Thank you.
Nancy, you said something earlier that I thought was profound. And you said that, when your professor said you shouldn't be in the PhD program, which is interesting. And I've had professors tell me stuff like that too.
Oh, really? I thought I was the only one.
No. But it's good. I mean, it's you feel that deep ball up in your throat. You're like, oh my gosh, right? Imposter syndrome. I am an imposter. But you resolved yourself to say no. But the next decision, I think, is the most important decision. Not just saying no, but you looked and you realized that no, you couldn't. You actually weren't good enough to get a PhD. That you had to change, right? And I think that's fundamental because I know a lot of people, and this is just my assumption, right? From media and people are like, no, I am good enough. But we know most people aren't good enough, right? And in fact, I'm not good enough for the next level. I will tell everyone here, you're probably not good enough for the next level. Yes, you can get to the next level, but you're gonna have to change, right? you're going to have to learn something. You're going to have to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that was really important in your presentation to say, you did say no, you stood up for yourself. You know where you could go, but you knew you didn't have the ability to get there with what you had at that moment.
Exactly.
And that was amazing. I just wanted to stress that point for everyone here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's why is understanding is the environment. It is you.
Mm-hmm.
Could be both. Just figure out. So therefore, learn. That's why investing in yourself is so important. Sometimes it's not environment, fixing yourself first. If you fix yourself, now it's the environment. Just leave, get a new job, go to product hires, come to my program, whatever. We'll get you a job. So just, the answer is simple. Lots of time is people do not take actions to fix it.
And I also thought it interesting, like most of this presentation talked about how to, and actually here's a question. You talked about getting mentorship from within the company, right? Yeah. And I agree, that's really great. But did you ever look for mentorship or coaching outside of the company?
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead.
Yeah, I did that. The difference, I did that earlier, even right now, all over the places. I seek mentorship all over the places. The mentors from outside and inside are two different things. The insiders are the ones who can help you get promoted. The outsiders are the ones who can make you smarter. You need to have both. Of course, insider can also be someone who make you smarter, but never be your sponsor, help you get promoted. That's a different story. But outsiders can give you a different perspective. This is theoretical. You need to have a board of directors of yourself, which is different people have different opinion as your board of director, but they are not in your company. They can might make you promoted at all. No, but just give you different advice, help you to grow in different direction as a full human. Sometimes I do believe that the whole growth of a human is less about I want to get a director, get promotion in my career. Sometimes it's relationship, sometimes giving back, sometimes it's health, some different things, wealth, investment. Oh, important. Yeah, so get mentorship outside as well.
You mentioned the board of directors thing. Do you have a board of directors, and about how many people officially or unofficially do you have on that?
I don't have official board of directors, but I know who to reach out to for what topics. Yeah, I don't count. Good question, because I never have official one. I don't have them put on my list, but I know I have different people to reach out to for different things immediately in my head.
Jomi, you had a question?
No. So, and do you usually find these mentors? I had someone tell me this. That's why I'm asking, through LinkedIn by any chance, or?
Good question. My personal experience is that the mentors, the coaches are different. I found like mentors through like networking event had to not LinkedIn. It's no, I need to meet that person. Maybe right now during COVID is different. You cannot meet anybody in person, right? Maybe through Zoom. But lots of my outsider mentors are somebody I have met in an event. Could be Zoom event as well. I feel like this person has unique capabilities that I don't have. So I will reach out to a person for some kind of coffee chat and different things. But I do feel like I have mentors. He transformed how I design my career. He put me into entrepreneurship path. I only text him or maybe meet him once per year. I give him some quick update because he's very high up, to be honest. So find them mainly through in-person event or any live, I can see that person, build a bond first, and then ask a few tips here and there. But I also realized that those mentors in general, they do not have lots of dedicated time to say, okay, so every month, let me teach you something, like every quarter, let me teach you something. It's very hard to keep it like consistent. It's more about, hey, I have something coming up, or this is my update. Let's see how far it goes. It's very hard to keep it like continuously be a real formal program. So therefore I had started pivot. I found coaches. To be honest, I pay coaches. Investment to me, like anything invest in myself, I feel lucky about it. anything I put in, any money I put in myself, at least 10 times more. I'm being very serious with you guys. Because my free mentors will not have dedicate time, just like do monthly or like quarterly check-in, figure out your design your journey for me. They mainly just point out some ideas at some time, that moment, that's it. Okay, so then I start to pay mentors. I pay for very expensive programs, mentors. So I spend like $40,000 in learning different skills, finding, yeah, $40,000. And finding different kind of coaches. They're not mentors, they're coaches. You pay them to be part of the program, to continue to learn from them, to so that you have like every week have check-in, or you have some like weekly content, maybe monthly content. You have different things, and each of my coach, they specialize different things. So now I pay for coaching, not mentorship. I still get in touch with my mentor. We just test like once per year. He's really busy. He wouldn't have time. I'm happy to pay him. He just don't do. This is not what I do. Okay, so therefore I do think coaching is something people need to invest in. If you cannot find someone who consistently mentor you for free.
If I may ask, yeah, if I may ask, so Dr. Nancy, if you had to compare a coach versus a mentor versus a coach, as far as your own productivity when it comes to getting stuff done, I was just wondering, where would you rank a mentor versus a coach on a scale from 1 to 10?
Of course, coach. Of course, coach. Productivity gets things done. Of course, coach. 10 times, time 10. That's why I pay for coaching. It just get result much faster. Here's the thing. Your mentor is giving you free tips. Free tips and telling, my mentor basically point out to me that, Nancy, if you really love YouTube, why don't just stay home like 48 hours, focus on like making YouTube video, do something you really love, and ignore about if you have attraction or not on YouTube. He gave me advice and I follow that, then now I become a YouTuber. But he doesn't have time to tell me how to do YouTube better, how to leverage YouTube to build a personal brand. No, he doesn't have the time to tell me all the strategies and details, hold me accountable, get it done. I became a bigger YouTube influencer because I pay for several programs, hold me accountable and teach me the right strategy, one step by step. Yeah, 10 times, you get 10 times more by paying for coaches, to be honest. So I'm not ashamed telling you guys I spend money on coaching because I get results each time 10 times more, at least 10 times more. Why not? Best coaches ever, best investment ever. Yeah, so therefore I start to do that more.
Well, one of the things I see the difference is a mentor knows you deeper, but they're not going to be able to speak on every particular skill you need to get to your destination, right? A coach probably doesn't know you deeper, but they can tell you how to do A/B testing better or how to work in this particular very specific scenario. So if you have a specific question or a thing you need to work on, a coach is great. A mentor is someone over a long time that you're going to have a relationship with. And that's why we have lots of coaches on Product Hired. And there's other marketplaces. Of course, Dr. Nancy is a coach as well on Product Hired, and she has a whole course where she coaches. So yeah, coaching is slightly different than mentorship. Mentorship is kind of generally life thought, longer strategy type of stuff.
Yeah, just as life coaches, give you some directions about where you need to go, but never about execution, never about how to do public speaking better. No, it's not one free mentor session, you become an amazing public speaker.
Yeah, this is Zia here again. So I came to this forum for the first time. So I just want to check, like, okay, in this forum, do we have coaches here, or is it something that, okay, we had to look for other organizations as well?
That's her. That's
if I understand the question right, you want to know where to find coaches? Is that what you're asking? Or yeah. I mean, Product Hired has a coaching marketplace. producthired.com/coaching. Just go there. You'll see it. We have over 50 coaches in product, but there are coaches here too. Like I'm a coach. Dr. Nancy is a coach. I don't know if anyone else here is a coach, maybe somewhere else on another platform. There's lots of platforms out there. Obviously, I think mine's the best. But
I agree.
What?
I agree.
But you know, I'm just biased. So.
I agree. I think product hire is more specialized. I like specialization. I don't pay for general coaches. My coach is someone is really good at setting mindset. Someone is really good at marketing. Someone is really good at productivities. I believe in niche. My personal choice. Okay, so you guys figure out yourself. Okay. Hey guys, I do need to jump. I do have my own coaching session for my students tonight. I think there's a lot of questions I need to answer. I do need to get ready for my own thing as well. Feel free to contact me for any questions you have. You have my contact information. Let me maybe share again. I will, hold on. Let me, where is my deck? Oops, I closed my deck. Let me, Mark, why don't you continue? I couldn't even.
Okay, I'll continue. So thank you, Dr. Nancy Lee, for the amazing presentation. We learned a lot. There's a link in the chat to fill out the survey for General Assembly. Also, I just have a few last slides right here about upcoming events. If I can get that to move. So July 12th, Think Like a Product Manager. So several of you asked questions, getting into product. Definitely went on that class. Dan Corbin is a coach of ours and definitely talks often about the transition into product. That's where he really coaches well at. I mean, he coaches on everything well, but he loves talking about that, and that's what that topic is going to be. Also, and then on the 29th of July, we have the good, bad, and the ugly, how to spot the right culture from interviews. So definitely figure out the company before you get into it. And then, of course, you can get coaching on Product Hired, as I mentioned. Plug. And thank you so much. You can go to our YouTube. Dr. Nancy Lee is also on YouTube. You can check her out and give us feedback as well. And you can email me at mark@producthired.com. So Dr. Nancy Lee, did you have any last thing you needed to say?
Yeah, someone asked my contact information. I'm sharing this right now. You guys can take a screenshot. Now this has my right email, old Gmail. So take a screenshot. Feel free to come reach out to me through different channels and tag anything you learned today on LinkedIn. Tag me. I will reshare your learning as well. Help you to build your brand. So there's everything here. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Mark,
so
and Brianna. That's an amazing event.
And we'll have to do this again on another topic with Nancy. That'll be a great opportunity. So
Yeah,
we'll talk about that.
Will do.
Y'all have a great night, and we'll get these recordings up later in the week. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good
Have a
one.
good one.
Bye.